First of all, very good afternoon to all of you. I hope that most of you who have come here are entrepreneurs. As far as Bombay Stock Exchange is concerned, before starting my presentation, I want to know how many of you have ever invested in the capital market? So just 3-4 hands. And out of 4 people, how many of you have made money? So has the stock market attracted you or distracted you?
Well, it always attracts, it never distracts.
Okay, that's great. So only few people have invested in the capital market. But are you all aware of equity market?
Yes.
All of you are aware of equity market. Now, as far as Bombay Stock Exchange is concerned, Bombay Stock Exchange is in existence for last 140 years. We are older than Indian National Congress, and perhaps the first organization which has ever thought about equity market and to raise funds for the SME companies, large companies, blue chip companies. So today I am not going to talk to you a topic which has recently come into existence. It has been for years. And a stock exchange has been in existence before even Reserve Bank of India was there, even banks were there. But unfortunately, we have not done our role properly. In fact, in last 140 years, we have been able to bring only 5,600 companies on the platform of the stock exchange. Only 5,600. Now, what we have been told that almost 4 crore companies are in existence in this country. So, all of you are comfortable if I speak in English or shall I speak in Hindi?
You can mix them up, that's not a problem.
That's not a problem. Because normally when you go to tier 2, tier 3 city, okay, Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Chennai is okay, but other places people, normally request. That recently I have been in a seminar in Nagpur and people have requested to speak in Hindi. So if you are comfortable in English, okay, I will speak in English. If you are comfortable in Hindi, I will speak in Hindi. If you want me to speak in English, then I will speak in English. So whatever way you people are comfortable, I would like to speak.
Let it be cocktail.
So, but one thing, let me tell you the power of the capital market. This 5,600 company has created a market capitalization of almost 70 lakh crores. That is almost 1.25 trillion US dollar. Now, all the banks together have not invested in 4 crore companies which are existent in the country. So, that is the power of the capital market. We have launched Sensex, which is called the barometer of Indian capital market, somewhere in 1979-80, with 100 as the base. At that point of time, 79-80, 100 was the base of the Sensex. Now today it is trading on 27,000. Okay, so it has almost given a return of 26,000 to its investors. The companies have made a huge wealth for themselves. In 87-88, Reliance has come with an IPO, and at that point of time, the IPO size was 2.84 crores. So the total market capitalization of Reliance were somewhere around 12 crores. Now most of the people say no, 87, 88, 12 crore means almost 120 crore, 150 crore. Now even I say that okay, it's 500 crore. Okay. Now if you take that Reliance today, it is worth 4 lakh crores. So you can understand from 87 till now what the valuation it has created for various stakeholders. That is the power of the equity segment, equity market. So mostly I suggest the promoters, the entrepreneurs, that you always come to the equity market. Just don't rely. I am never saying that the banks are a bad source of raising funds. You also raise funds from the bank. But you also see the alternative source of raising funds. That is called equity market. So if you come to the equity market, you have got a mixed bag. You should have a mixed ratio of debt and equity. Then only the companies can grow. Now, a few years back, most of the small and medium companies can't think of coming on to the equity market. People normally say that equity market is for the companies which have a turnover of 500 crores, 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores. So 2.5 years back, we have launched this BSE SME platform, and thus helping all the SME companies to get themselves listed. There are various parameters for the companies which want to get listed. that are in the technical session that I am going to speak on it. But we have made the rules, regulations, post-listing regulations very simple. We have relaxed various guidelines and has made the listing very simple for almost all the SME companies. So any company, whether the turnover is 10 crores or whether it's 100 crore, 500 or 1000 crore, they can very easily get listed on the SME platform of the stock exchange. Second thing is that what we have done, we have tried to handhold the companies. Whenever the companies come to us, we explain them what are the benefits of listing, how they can get listed. Because sometimes people feel that listing is very, very troublesome. It will take a lot of time. So we do a proper handholding for these companies so that they can very easily get listed on the stock exchange. The backbone of any country, and particularly a country like us, we have got a population of around 120 crores. That is the official population, 120 crores. But it may be around 130, 135 crores. And the most important role I feel that what MSME plays is that they create job. Job creation is the most important thing that MSME companies are doing. They are employing almost 10 crore people in their companies. And that's why you are seeing that the bank official, the stock exchange official, and many other people from different industrial organizations are going here and there, trying to create awareness among the SME companies regarding financing, etc., so that the SME companies become large and big companies, so that they can employ more and more people. Because in coming few years, we have to give an employment to almost 25 crore of people, and this MSME companies can only do. So we want the MSME companies to become more and more stronger. Now, mostly the SME companies rely on their internal accruals. Whenever they have to form companies, they either have their own funds or they approach to their friends, relatives, etc., get the funds from there, and after that they start the companies. But from there, either they have to depend on bank funding or PE/VC. But normally they don't get the funds. And there are various reasons for that. Banks don't trust them. Other people also don't trust them. But the reasons are not only from the financial institutions, NBFC, banks, or the equity market, but there are some problems on SME end also. What we have found that in SME companies, there is a total lack of corporate governance. Transparency is not there. Now there is one promoter who is doing all the activities. He is the marketing person, he is the owner of the company, he is looking after the HR activity, he is looking after the finance activity, and we have got only 24 hours. Now in 24 hours, how many things that a promoter can do? So this lack of transparency is stopping the institutions, the banks to fund them, and that's why banks depend mostly on the collaterals to give them the funds. So if we want to get the funds, the SME wants to get the funds, they have to bring a lot of transparency and corporate governance in themselves. Now most of these industrial organizations, especially the SME association, approach to the Prime Minister and they say that they want an alternative source of raising funds. If they want to make their company big, they want an alternative source of raising funds. So one of the suggestions what the Prime Minister's Task Force has advised is that there should be a separate stock exchange for this SME companies, and accordingly SEBI, which is the chief regulator, has come out with the guidelines on 18th May 2010, and according to those guidelines they have said that any company where the post-issue paid-up capital is up to 10 crores can get listed on this SME platform. Post-issue paid-up capital between 10 to 25 crore can either get listed on the SME platform of the stock exchange or the main board of the stock exchange, and beyond 25 crore of post-issue paid-up capital, they have to compulsory get listed on the main board of the stock exchange. So these were the guidelines. Now as far as SME exchange is concerned and as far as MSME Act is concerned, both are two different things. As an SME exchange, we are not guided by the definition of MSME Act. Now MSME Act says that any company where the investment in plant and machinery is up to 10 crore is an MSME company. For us, any company, that is SME platform I am talking about, any company having post-issue paid-up capital up to 25 crore, irrespective of investment in plant and machinery, is of 1 crore or 1,000 crore, till the time its post-issue paid-up capital is below 25 crore, we will treat it as a SME company. So when you are coming for getting the company listed, don't think about what is the investment in plant and machinery. Don't think about the definition of MSME Act. Just concentrate on what is the paid up capital of the company. If the paid up capital of the company is below 25 crores, then you very easily qualify under the definition of SME by the stock exchange, and you can get your company listed on the stock exchange, SME platform of the stock exchange. At the same time, what we have said that these issues are 100% underwritten. 100% underwritten means if any company is coming out with a public issue, it can't devolve. It will compulsory get listed on the stock exchange. And this issue will be 100% underwritten by the merchant banker. So there is no reason for the issue to get failed. In the main board of the stock exchange, if the issue doesn't get subscribed up to 90%, then it gets devolved and it can't get listed on the stock exchange. But whereas SME platform, even if the issue gets subscribed by 50% or 60%, it will compulsory get listed because the merchant bankers are 100% underwriting these issues. So this is the benefit of having SME platform. Another thing what we have said that the minimum investment size, anybody who wants to invest in the SME company have to invest minimum of rupees 1 lakh. This is because we don't want the small investors to invest in the SME company. We want the larger investors who have got deep pocket, who has the power to take the risk, should only invest in this company and stay with the companies for a larger duration. So that, because SME companies goes through various cycles, we don't want the investors having herd mentality who come and go from the company. And in this way, in the process, give the company a bad name. We want the investor to remain with the company. And at the same point of time, they are also risk of losing the money. Now, if they are small investors, they can't lose the money. But if they are larger investors who have the power to invest 5 crore, 10 crore rupees, even if they lose some money in 10, 15 companies, it will hardly make any difference to them. That's why we want the informed investors and large investors to invest in the SME company and remain with the companies for longer point of time. At the same time, we are leveraging the same trading platform. We have not created a separate trading platform for the SME exchange. All those companies, all the large companies, blue chip companies, they are traded on Bolt trading platform. These SME companies will also trade on the same trading platform and they will get the same exposure what the large companies are getting as on today. And the same set of merchant bankers, same set of investors can trade on this platform. There is no separate KYC is required on this SME company. There is no a different infrastructure is required for this SME platform. Besides that, we have added some additional eligibility criteria that any company who wants to get listed on this SME platform should have minimum net tangible asset of rupees 1 crore, minimum net worth of 1 crore, 2 crore of distributable profit out of 3 years. In case the company is a new company or they have not completed 3 years or they don't have a track record of distributable profits, then also those companies can get listed if their net worth is 3 crores. And post-issue paid up capital of the company should be 1 crore. So there are 3 criteria that the companies have to meet. Number 1, net tangible assets should be of rupees 1 crore. Net worth should be 3 crores. And post-issue paid up capital of 3 crores. If any company is meeting these 3 criteria, then they can get listed on the SME platform of the stock exchange. Besides that, what we said that the companies should not have been referred to BIFR. And at the same time, there should not be any winding up petition against the company which has been accepted by the court. So if the company is meeting all these criteria, they can very easily get listed on the SME platform of the stock exchange. Post-listing guidelines have also been relaxed a lot on this SME platform. On the main board of the platform, there is a quarterly compliance, whereas in case of SME platform, we have relaxed guidelines, and here there is a half-yearly compliance. So you have to file your balance sheet PL account on half-yearly basis, not on quarterly basis, which is existing on the main board of the stock exchange. And at the same time, number of investors that are required on the main board is 1,000. Whereas in the case of SME platform, if you have got 50 investors, you can get your company listed on the SME platform of the stock exchange. As far as issue expenses are concerned, this is also very minimal in comparison to main board of the stock exchange. Here 3 years market making is there. Now what is market making? Market making, earlier we used to call them jobbers. The main role of these market makers is that to create liquidity on the counter. See, if any company get listed, they need to have a market maker. Market maker's role is to give two-way quotes. They should be ready to buy at a certain price and ready to sell at a certain price. Say for example, they are giving a quote of 50 rupees, 52 rupees. So it means that they are ready to buy at 50 rupees and they are ready to sell at 52 rupees. So they always provide that quote on the counter so that there should be liquidity in the company and the company should get visibility in the market. At the same time, we have also the guidelines for migrating these SME companies to the main board. We don't want the SME companies to remain SME companies for long. If they are becoming big company, large company, after 2 years or 3 years, they can migrate on the main board of the stock exchange. They don't have to bring any IPO. They just have to take 2/3 non-promoters approval. And in case their post-issue paid-up capital crosses 10 crores, they can very easily migrate on the main board of the stock exchange. And after migrating to the main board of the stock exchange, they have to comply with all the guidelines which are existing on the main board. So this way we have made it very simpler, and at the same time we have made it simpler to migrate to the main board of the stock exchange. Now what are the benefits of listing? People normally ask, why should I get listed? Now by getting listed, you are getting everything under one umbrella. Number one, visibility you are getting. You are raising the funds, your balance sheet gets stronger, debt equity ratio becomes healthy, it will reduce your debt burden. Mostly what we find in SME companies is that gross profit is very healthy, maybe 25%, 30%, net profit is in the range of 2%, 4%, 500. I have seen many companies where the total revenue is almost 200 crore, 400 crore, 500 crore, but net profit is in the range of 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, 4 crore. So it varies from 1% to 7%. So there are two reasons for that. One, their companies are over leveraged, and the second may be the tendency of the companies to show lesser profit. We always suggest the companies to show good profit, bring more and more transparency so that they can get better valuation. Now I am giving you an example. Say your gross profit is somewhere around 10 crores and you are showing 1 crore of profit for whatever reason it may be. What the valuation your company will get? 10 crores to 15 crores. Okay. Now say you are showing a net profit of say 7 crores and you are paying a tax of say 30%. So almost you are paying a tax of somewhere say 2 crores. Additional 2 crores that you are paying. But what the valuation your company is going to get? Because of this 7 crores profit, your company will get a valuation of somewhere around 75 to 80 crores. So just by paying a tax of 2 crore, the valuation of your company is going up by 65 crores. So I always suggest the promoters to show more valuation, more profit in the company. Another thing is, of course, we are talking about over leverage. You are taking the bank loan, but the time you start over leveraging your company, it will become a bad thing. Okay, when the market is good, economy is growing, you can service your debt liability. But when the things are bad, it becomes very difficult. And I have seen a lot of companies dying because of being over leveraged. Okay, because of bank loans, etc. So in order to reduce the debt burden, the only option that you can opt for is to raise funds through equity, and that is very necessary for the company, that you should have a healthier balance sheet, and can happen only if you have a good debt equity ratio in your balance sheet. At the same time, there are various channels. Once you get your company listed, there are various business channels which start covering your company, and automatically, few days back you were a local company, maybe somewhere in Noida, somewhere in Gurgaon, somewhere in Faridabad. But by getting listed, you become a national and international company. Lot of investors start looking to your company. Lot of other peer group or larger companies start looking to your company. Because what our guidelines says that all the companies which are going for listing, they have to maintain corporate governance as per clause 52 of the listing agreement, whereby there should be 50% independent director and 50% promoter director. So because of this, the corporate governance in the company increases a lot, and the credibility of the company increases a lot. And when the credibility of the company increases, because I had earlier talked about it, in case of SME company, there is a lack of corporate governance, there is a lack of transparency, and therefore it becomes very difficult for these companies to raise funds. But as soon as you get your company listed, and because of the corporate governance which is coming into the company, the credibility of the company increases, the valuation of the company increases, and you will be able to raise more and more funds for your company. I have seen many companies, okay. Now many of the promoters say that, boss, we have got a lot of assets, we have got land, buildings, etc., etc., etc. in our company. And you ask them what is the turnover, they will say that 50 crores turnover, but 25 crore of land, 30 crores of plant and machinery, and so on and so forth. Now when we talk about valuation of the company, the valuation of the company has nothing to do with the fixed assets. It only depends upon what the profit your company is earning. If you are investing in your company say 20 crores and you are making a profit of 1 crore, then it hardly makes any sense for the investor. People will say, better you 20 crore you put in the bank and you can raise same amount of money in the form of fixed deposit, etc. So people are seeing the company from different perspective, that at least you are making much more money than what the people can get from investing in the fixed deposit ratio or debt funds of the various companies, of the various institutions. So that is very necessary, and these all things will start happening once the company gets listed. At the same time, if you remember in the year 98 to 2001, most of the IT companies, what they have done? Now their main asset was the manpower, how to retain the manpower. So they have issued a lot of employee stock option, and in this way they were able to retain the employees. Now ESOPs become relevant only when the companies get listed. So that how listing is also important. You can issue ESOPs to your employees and you can retain the employee and make them the partner in the wealth, in your wealth creation. So these things play very important role. At the same time, many of the people ask us that why should I get my company listed? I am making this much of money and why should I dilute 25%, 30%? I always tell the people that when you are an unlisted entity, what is the value of your company? Nothing. Nobody knows. Somebody has come, they have analyzed your books and said that this is the valuation of the company, but it hardly makes any sense. But once the company gets listed, then only valuation starts unfolding. So it's always better to be the 75% owner of a 500 crore company than 100% owner of a company whose value is undisclosed. So it's always make a sense to get the company listed on the stock exchange and get the valuation. Only when the liquidity comes in the stock, then only the value start unfolding. And listing means that you are migrating from a taxation model to wealth creation model. And wealth creation can only happen when the company will get listed on the stocks. So these are the various benefits of getting the company listed on the stock exchange.